This is a Squiz podcast. We're your shortcut to being informed.
Squiz Kids! It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Good morning and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Tuesday, March 1. In Squiz Kids Today, rain bomb moves south, Lismore goes under. School on wheels in the Philippines. An epic penalty shootout and Hank the Tank has friends. That's what's making news, kid style.
The lowdown.
As Brisbane woke yesterday to scenes of devastation from the worst floods in a decade, the rain bomb moved south to the northern part of New South Wales, creating there what emergency services officials are calling a natural disaster of unprecedented proportions. Some 35,000 people were ordered to evacuate their homes in and around the town of Lismore as rain fell in record amounts, rivers rose to record levels, and emergency services pulled entire families from their roofs as floodwaters rose around them. Late yesterday, it was estimated some 400 people were either missing or waiting to be rescued in the centre of Lismore. All day yesterday, Lismore locals used their boats, kayaks and pretty much anything that floated to rescue stranded neighbours. A team of visiting Fijian meat workers even got busy and helped evacuate elderly residents of a nursing home. The Lismore emergency came as Brisbane and Ipswich and the Sunshine Coast started to mop up, with the Brisbane River peaking at near record levels yesterday morning, flooding up to 15,000 homes and crippling thousands of businesses. There was even a runaway crane on the river that sparked an emergency evacuation of the CBD. These here are crazy times, people. Lots of schools across the region will be closed again today, and the danger is not over yet. With more rainfall forecast for the Lismore and Northern Rivers areas, the situation there is predicted to get worse before it gets better. Stay safe out there, Northern Rivers Squiz Kids.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in the Philippines, where thousands of kids have a new classroom in the form of a brightly decorated railway trolley. What's a railway trolley, you ask? It's a flat wooden platform with wheels that travels up and down a railway track. Okay, so how and why is a railway trolley being used as a classroom? Well, many schools in the Philippines are still closed due to the pandemic, and for kids whose families live in villages, it's hard to do remote learning. Some of them have had to climb onto their roofs to get an internet signal, and others simply don't have the money to afford computers, phones, or internet access. So, a group of volunteer teachers got together, collected donated school supplies, and started pushing their portable school trolley village to village, conducting lessons everywhere they stop. The tiny, mobile classroom comes 3 times a week to each of the villages. When they arrive, the teachers lift the trolley off the track so trains can pass, then get to work teaching reading, writing and maths. So, just like your day at school, except when the lesson's done, the teacher rolls away. Genius.
Sport time.
We love us a good penalty shootout here at Squiz Kids. No, actually, that's not true. We find them a really stressful way to decide a draw in a football match. We always feel sorry for the goalies. Well, spare a thought for the goalies of English clubs Liverpool and Chelsea, who had to face off in a penalty shootout that went to 21 goals. Yep, the final of the English League Cup finished as a 0-0 draw, and it took 10 players from each team to shoot 20 successful penalties. That's 10 penalties each that the goalies were not able to stop, because that's a really hard thing to do. In the end, it came down to the 2 goalies having a penalty kick at goal against one another, with Liverpool's goalie nailing his shot and Chelsea's goalie sending his over the top of the crossbar. Ouch. Now that's gotta hurt. There's a link to video of the incredible penalty shootout in today's episode notes.
Animal Kingdom.
Remember last week we brought you the story of Hank the Tank, the massive black bear that was terrorizing neighborhoods of Lake Tahoe in the United States? Well, turns out Hank is in fact 3 different bears, and that they've been working as a posse, which means a group, breaking into homes and helping themselves to whatever food they can find inside. Local park rangers analysed DNA left behind after Hank attacks and discovered that there were 3 separate types of DNA, meaning Hank has accomplices, and together they are working over the Lake Tahoe area in tandem. In tandem is a fancy way of saying they are working together. The bears have come to associate people's homes with an easy source of food, according to officials, who say that they plan to trap the house-breaking bunch of bears and relocate them. Given that each bear weighs around 250 kilograms, and you'd have to imagine they're not all that interested in being moved from the kitchens and pantries they've come to love so much, that's going to have to be one big trap.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. In which country is a school on wheels up and running? That's right, it's the Philippines. Question number 2. How many bears are believed to be in Hank the Tank's posse? Yeah, that's right, it's 3. Question number 3. What's the name of the town in northern New South Wales that was swallowed by floodwaters yesterday? That's right, it's Lismore.
Shout-outs.
It's March 1. Today is Mardi Gras, which, directly translated from French, means Fat Tuesday. It's the last day of pigging out for Christians before Lent begins, which is when devout Christians give up certain luxuries and indulgences for the 40 days leading into Easter. It's also called Shrove Tuesday and is traditionally celebrated by the scoffing of pancakes. Pancakes. It's also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Vivian from Brisbane and Lily from Kings Langley. And belated birthday wishes go to Ren from Walpole and Yannick and Avishna from Donvale. And classroom shout-outs today go to Class 5-6P with Miss Pyers at Carlingford Public School, Class 3H and Mr Hughes at Cronulla Public School, and to Class 2, 3, 4 from Millfield Public School. And a very special shout-out from Squizzy the Newshound and his doggy friend Bo to the students of Mount Carmel School in Yass, New South Wales. Amanda and Bo visited on Friday and they were both made to feel very welcome. Thanks, guys. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you'll want a shout-out, or if you're after a classroom shout-out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.